Hello everyone, welcome to Every Day is a Different Day with PALAZOLLO, where we speak about having the courage to go on a journey of life. Okay guys, as you can see by the title, the topic for today is murder begins in your heart. Murder begins in your heart. Ooh, that's deep. Before we speak about that, let me say this to you. You are with yourself more than you are with anyone else. So please learn to enjoy your own company. The reason why I say this is because in this thing of murdering your heart, it has to do with you first making peace with yourself, right? It has to be with you keeping the good company with you. But nothing can happen unless your heart is safe with you. You know, everything depends on you. Your heart is supposed to be safe with you, right? But to be honest with you, our hearts are not safe even to us as humans. They are not safe at all because we turn to murder everything that begins with the heart. The reason why I say murder begins in your heart is because most of the things that happen in your life, they can't happen unless your heart agrees to them to happen. Unless your heart is free to tell your mind what's right and what's wrong. But you cannot do anything unless your heart is safe. But we tend to murder our hearts. We think that, most of the time we think that everything starts in the head, you know. We always think that it starts in the head. But we murder the heart first. How do you murder the heart first? Let me tell you this. For example, you are in a relationship with a guy or a person that you're with, and you have expectations towards that person, and your last relationship failed, right? And now, in the failure of that past relationship, you are putting the failures of that past relationship to the new relationship, and then your expectations become something else because you expect what you went through with that guy to actually not come true on the side. You actually murder your heart by not trusting that person before you actually engage with them. You tell yourself, men are trash. You tell yourself, I can't deal with this guy. I can't deal with this girl. You know, she's too much, man. I can't do this anymore. You've already murdered your heart. Your heart now doesn't have the desire to belong to that person's heart because you've already murdered the feelings. That's why the murder begins in your heart. We know, guys, when it comes to murder, it starts slowly. When you are going to murder something, you first make sure that emotionally that thing is drained. Then you can actually start to attack that thing. So that's what we're doing as humans to our hearts. We murder our hearts. Before you are in a relationship that is actually about to end, you say to that person, I knew it. What makes you say you knew it? What really makes you say you knew it? What makes you say you knew it is because you've already murdered your heart. You've already sliced that relationship that you have with that guy because of the fact that you actually faced a lot of things in the past relationship. One thing that I've learned about murdering my heart, situations are not the same. That is why I learned to make sure that I don't murder what happens in my heart. Because if I'm going to have expectations on that person coming out of the expectations that I wanted from the other person, it's going down, baby. You ain't going to win on that relationship. It even implies to the relationship that you have with God. You expect a lot from God, but you don't give yourself to God. You don't give your heart to God. You murder your heart before anything happens in your life. The mind doesn't say anything. It doesn't allow anything to continue into it unless you have told your heart what to do. Right? So you need to change the way you see things. Change the way you view things. And begin with your heart first. Check what's happening here. You should check what's happening here before you check your mind. Your mind, it doesn't do anything unless the heart leads it. Why do I say that? Because when it comes to murdering everything, it's crazy. It's not nice what we do to our hearts. It's not nice, I don't want to lie, because we tend to burn the heart before the relationship burns. You expect God to do something for you, and then that thing doesn't happen the way that you wanted, and then you say, I knew it. You knew what? You told your heart the wrong thing, and then you murdered that thing that was supposed to be right. That relationship between you and God, you murdered it inside that heart. And now your heart is black. It doesn't have light in it. And now you say when things don't go your way, I knew it that God wouldn't do this for me. That's not how it works. You did that to yourself. You blame your friends for the way you see things. No, my friend, your friends didn't do anything to you. You did that to yourself. You murdered your heart. You murdered your dreams. You murdered God's dream for you. You're focusing on the wrong people, doing things that you never thought you would, because you've already murdered the inside of you, what God wants you to be. You have murdered it. And you are focusing on the things that you never thought you would. And now you're judging people, this and that and those. You are facing people. You are doing things that are not good for your heart, because you've already said those things to yourself. You've already said, I'm not confident. I can't deal with this. I don't like myself. I look ugly. You see? And then when a person comes to you and says you are ugly, and then you'd be like, who's ugly? Who's ugly? Did you see yourself? There's no need for that. You've already said that to yourself. You murdered your heart. Your heart needs to stay positive. You need to have a relationship with your heart. A healthy relationship. You are with yourself most of the time more than you're with anyone else. You need to enjoy your company. Enjoy your own company. Give yourself some time to rest in your heart. Focus on yourself. You cannot do this without the heart first. Ukubave, when they ask you this question, what do you want? Or what does your heart want? That's a big question. You know what you want. You know what your heart wants, but you murder it before it actually happens. And then when it happens, you just say, I knew it. That's bad. That's a bad behavior. You need to focus. The friends that you have, you plant them in your heart. You burnt the right friends in your heart, and now you have the wrong people surrounding you because you've already burnt the right ones. You killed the right ones that were in your heart. You killed what you wanted for yourself, the friends that you wanted, the relationship that you wanted with God, anything that you wanted with this universe. You burnt it in your heart. You've murdered your heart. And now you say to yourself, I knew this would happen. You knew because you really did know, because you did that to yourself. So be careful of the things that you do to yourself and be cautious. Watch what happens in your life, because you're going to murder that heart and you will never know yourself, my friend, once you murder that heart. You think that, oh no, my friends are going to party. Yeah, let's go and party. You know very well that your heart doesn't want you to go. But you're pleasing your friends. You have lost yourself already. You have murdered your soul already. You have murdered your heart already. You don't know yourself when you look yourself in the mirror. It's crazy. You don't know you because you've murdered what's inside. Something that was supposed to be beautiful, a God-given heart, but you murdered it. By feelings, you murdered it. By those thoughts, those things that you say to yourself, you murdered it. We think that Satan is available. We think the devil is available. The devil is not here. You are the devil to yourself. You are the devil to your heart. You are the devil to your heart. Change that thing. Focus. Maintain that focus. Because if you don't do that to yourself, my friend, you will keep making the heart so black that it burns into ashes. And when it's ashes, my friend, there's no way back. There's no way back. You won't get your heart. You won't get what you want. You will turn 40, my friend, and then you will keep on looking back at your life and know very well that when I was 21, when I was 20, when I was 15, I did this to myself. That's when I lost myself. And you cannot gain yourself again. Yes, they say there are second chances. My friend, a heart doesn't have a second chance. A heart, it doesn't have a second chance. Heart loves once. Heart trusts once. It actually becomes one. It's a one thing that you can never have again. So if you're going to destroy her, if you're going to murder her, you are dead, my friend. Focus on who you are and what you want for your heart. This thing, this life, this journey that you're going on with, it doesn't need a heartless person. A heartless person is already damaged. You are damaged because you chose to be. That's one thing that we know. You allowed that depression, you allowed that anxiety, you allowed that jealousy. If you want to be fine, have a relationship with your heart, have a relationship with God, have a relationship with the universe. And you cannot have a relationship with the universe without your heart. Without your heart, you cannot, my friend. That is why the heart is the one that actually gets to be broken first. And then it's your head now. Because your heart is broken. Somebody broke your heart. You cannot restore that brokenness. You can't. So be careful of the things that you do to yourself that will lead you to be broken. Be careful of doing the things that will lead you to be broken. I am not talking about losing your parent. Yes, you will be heartbroken. I'm not talking about losing a relationship with someone. We lose all the time. I'm not talking about you failing your exams. I'm not talking about you not going to school, but you want to go to school. Now you're hurt. You can't go to school because you have to work for the family. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about losing yourself. Murder begins in your heart. that's when you lose yourself. And they can try and say that, get up, you can do this, You can gain your heart back, my friend, you can't. If you've lost your heart, you've lost it forever. Try to keep it in your hands like an egg. Have you ever, I'm sure you've seen that game that they play with, that game with the egg on, and then you guys are running with that egg, it's on the spoon, you like that. Treat your heart like that. Treat it as if it's the last thing that you see. Treat it as if you are never going to get it again, which is the truth though. You only have one heart, one life, one time. So if you're going to ruin that for yourself, my friend, you've murdered your heart and it is ashes. Because you've burnt it. Be careful of what you think. Be careful of what you say to yourself. Looking yourself in the mirror and demotivating yourself, that murders your heart, little by little. Now people decide on what you should wear. People decide on how you should look because you've murdered your heart. You can't connect to you. You can't connect to your partner. You can't connect to your friends because you've lost yourself. My friend, let me tell you something about losing yourself. It is easy. It's easy to lose yourself, but it's not easy to gain that self-respect. Again, it's not easy, my friend, but it's easy to lose yourself. That is why it's very important to make sure that you don't make it easy for the people to come to you and tell you what to do, because they are murdering what's inside of you. And without you accepting what they say, your heart is dead. The moment you accept what people say about you, your heart is dead. You don't know yourself. I know that when it comes to life, we keep knowing ourselves and getting to find new things about ourselves after 6 months. You get to find a new thing about you. That's one thing that I've noticed. And you cannot find the new you unless your heart has developed into a relationship that is stronger than anything. When somebody comes to you, they should be afraid to talk to you when they are attracted to you, because your heart it's delicate. It has something that is unexplainable. Someone mustn't be able to explain how they see you or how they feel about you, because your heart is brilliant. It's bigger than anything. But how can it actually be big when you murder it? We know that the word murder is a big word. When you kill something, I feel like you just killed that thing like bah! But when you murdered that thing, you made sure that thing is dead. You made sure your heart is dead. You ruined your soul. And now you're moving to places. That's how I define murder when it comes to heart. You can't even fly in your dreams. You can't even see yourself in you can't see yourself in big places because you murdered what's in your heart. Murder begins in your heart, my friend. Be careful of the things that you say to yourself. Be careful of the people that you come across. Those people were decided by you. You decided on those people in your heart. So don't let the devil play you, my friend, because you will lose your heart easily. The friends that you have made them in your heart. Why? Because you say, I don't want boring friends that go to church. I don't want boring friends that read too much. I don't want boring friends that journal. I don't want boring friends that pay attention to nature. I want friends that party. I want friends that drive. I want friends that do this and that and those. You're murdering your heart. You know very well what your heart wants. I want these kind of friends because of this and that and those. When your heart needs such friends, you want those friends, but your heart needs other people. Sometimes your heart needs you to be alone. It needs you to be alone for a certain moment. Maybe 2 years of your life, you need to be alone with no friends, with nobody but yourself. But what do? You don't want to be bored. You turn to focus on the wrong direction. My friend, you're murdering your heart. Those friends that you have, they are not just friends because they are friends. You chose them in your heart. You are murdering your heart bit by bit. You are not learning anything from those people. You are not learning anything from that relationship that you have with that person. You are not learning anything from being a side chick to someone and you know that you are a side chick. You're not learning anything. You're just destroying your heart. Satan doesn't do any better job than you. You are the one who does a better job. You destroy yourself like nobody's business. And then what he does, he just sits in the back and be like, you can do it. I know you can do it. I know you can kill your heart. I don't need to tell you what to do because I've seen your power when it comes to destroying your heart. That's what the devil does. He just sits back and watch you destroy your heart. He doesn't do anything because he already knows that you're a destroyer. He knows that you've already destroyed some parts of your life. Don't do that to yourself. Change. It's not about chances anymore. It's about changing. Nobody's giving no one a chance. Change. What's right for you will come to you if you listen to your heart. The partner that you're looking for in your life will come to you if you listen to your heart. Your friends that you want that are very, very right for you will come to you when you talk to your heart. But nothing comes to you that is great unless you know what your heart needs. Everything that has happened into your life until now, you decided on it to happen. The pain that you are facing now, that is crazy when it comes to life-changing skills, is caused by your decisions. We like to think God decides for us when we are the ones who have already decided for our futures. He knows the future and you should focus on him and having a good relationship with him. Not torturing yourself. Not doing great. Guys. The things we do to our hearts. We blame other people for our own mistakes. And then you know that what you're doing is wrong. You know that blaming that person is wrong and then you have a but. Why do you need a but? There's no need for but I got this. But I choose to be like this. There's no need for that. You are wrong, really. You are wrong. Choose to focus on the right path. Choose to focus on the right path. Because this life thing will treat you like a paper, my friend. They will write things about you, write things on you, and then again tear you apart. That's life and the people that you engage with. They will write what you should look like, what you should do, what, baba, na, and then tear you apart. Now you're dead. Your soul is nowhere. Now when the time comes for you to die, you don't rest in peace because you haven't done the things that you were supposed to do in this world. Learn to focus. Stop meddling your hearts. You have no time, my friend. Focus on yourself. Thank you so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And may the Holy Spirit be with you all the time to guide you to make sure that you don't murder your heart because it begins there, right? Thank you.